Let's talk about this Max B. Let's show this Max B clip, shall we? So to give you some preference, prefix, they asked him who's the most important woman in a man's life. Is it the mother? Is it the wife? Is it the daughter? Or is it the baby mom? I think that was the fourth choice. So let's see what he said. Let's play the clip, please.
Who comes first in a man's life?
Who comes first in a man's life?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Is he married? Is he a married man?
Let's say married. Let's say married, yeah.
Then the wife comes first.
Okay. Now, a lot of men I interviewed said their daughter. What do you feel about that?
Well, your daughter gonna be your daughter. Your daughter gonna come first as well when it's time for her to come first.
Okay. So you feel the wife first?
Your daughter is your daughter. That's your daughter. That's your kid. You gotta take care of your kid.
Right.
She might even be a priority at times.
That's a fact.
But who comes first?
Yeah.
In the Bible, as the word, is the wife.
Hey. We're gonna go next question with that one. I like that.
So if you don't want to fuck with that, if you don't respect that, then just don't get married. If you get married, then the wife is first. That's what you know. Do you understand what that means? Fuck with your boy.
Next one.
Okay, so shout out
Talk
to
about
Max.
a PR run, yo. Jones, Capo, I love you dearly. So if I give him credit, don't slam me.
No.
Love you, Capo.
Yeah.
But he's been on a hell of a press tour since he's been out.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. I think they're coming out with. I think he's coming out with an individual album. I think him and French Montana's coming out with a Coke Wave album.
Do you think they should put out that album first?
At this point, I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I just think people just want to just hear some level of music, and you know what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to shut down the whole world as far as like it's not like no disrespect, but I just think it's more like just of a vibe, something they could play in the club, something they could just play on New York radio, maybe get up one or two songs that actually go. So I think put as much music out as possible, see what songs could hit. So yeah,
one of them hooks Montana did. He put on IG. They may have caught one. They may have caught one.
Hooks. He always had good hooks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, because I know people were like, "Oh, you're so toxic." Da, da, da. I gotta be honest. I think that he was right on. He was dead on with his assessment.
People say you're toxic.
Some people.
Oh, okay.
I think he was right on. I think he was right on as far as if you're a married person, then your wife is a higher level priority. Your wife has to be the highest level priority. And somebody else said something I saw on Instagram that I had heard before, but it makes a lot of sense if you really think about it. Your spouse, right? Your wife, your husband, these are the only people that you get to. These are the only family members that you get to choose.
Okay.
You can't choose your parents. You can't choose your siblings. You can't choose your children, right? Like you can't unless obviously if you're adopting. But for the most part, right? Like
you can choose who you have them with, though.
No, you can choose who you have them with, but you can't choose them. Yeah. You can't say, okay, I want a kid that's 6'7", that's going to run. You know what I'm saying? Like that's going to make it to the NFL and
Klay Thompson. I'll see your move. I'll see the height requirement. Not diluting the gene pool.
And you can't choose yet, by the way, for kids, because that Human Genome Project.
Yeah, the designer baby thing is
on the way. But if you really think about it, your spouse is the only family member that you choose. So it's a special family person. And I definitely think that if you are married, the whole point of marrying a woman is that she's taking responsibilities that your mother once had. And vice versa. That's why the father gives the daughter away, right? Because technically, like that's what it's no longer my responsibility. Now this is, it's a new house. So the things that your father provided for you, now that's what your husband provides for you. So you're leaving the nest at a certain point. Even if you don't live with your parents, that you're supposed to be leaving the nest of like, okay, your mom doesn't have to cook for you all the time because you got a wife now, or your dad doesn't have to, make sure that you're going to get home and do all of that because you got a husband now, right? So there's certain level of responsibilities that once a parent had that now a spouse once had. So I definitely think that your wife should be at a higher level than your mother because she's taking over the responsibility that your mother once had. And I definitely think that she should be a higher regard than your daughter because in the hierarchy of the house, how can your daughter who's a child be elevated more than the person that created your daughter? Like, how can you?
It depends on the dynamics of the relationship. What if the person isn't a good person in their relationship, but the kid is?
Well, you shouldn't be married to a bad person. But I'm just saying,
But
if
a
you're
lot
married,
of people are, yeah.
If you're married, right? So that's my take on it. I think how he explained it made a lot of sense. It's not like, of course, your mother's still going to be elevated for sure. Of course, your daughter's still going to be elevated for sure. But when the shit hits the fan, your responsibility first is to your wife.
Responsibility and importance are two different things, all right?
So you don't agree with me?
I have no take because I'm not married.
No, but you can have an opinion.
I think there's a certain well, I have amazing parents, so maybe my idea is skewed. And I think when you pick someone, I think you should have someone who also loves your parents too, so there isn't that kind of because I've seen that too, where like the friction post marriage picks up, but my parents were here before you got here.
Whoa. So you saying that if you
I'm not saying anything.
If you
we can be clear.
If you get married, your mom is still numero uno.
Mom and dad, yeah, for sure.
But how?
In terms of importance, they were here.
A lot of people were here. Your best friend was here before your wife. Your best friend, whoever. I'm just saying, just hypothetically, right? Just this to anybody, not just you. But if somebody has a best friend, I got my best friend. My friends were here before I met my wife. Do my friends have a higher level of importance because they were day ones in middle school?
But my friends aren't my parents, though.
All right.
And if you love me so much, you should love my mom and dad the same way that I love them.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. I don't think that because you elevate one person, you totally throw another person away. Right. And that's another thing I liked about what he said. It was like, yeah, your daughter's going to be top in some moments. Right. Because there's some moments where, let's say, God forbid, your mom, your dad might get sick. They're more of a priority in that moment because you might have to stay by their bedside, for 10 hours a day in that moment. But in the grand scheme of things, right, I think that your relationship is going to be doomed if you don't put your wife first and vice versa. Sure. If the wife doesn't put the husband first, if the wife, because think about from the other perspective. If you're married to somebody and their top priority is their father over you, so they coming home, they making sure that the food is for their father first and everything. After a while, it's going to get kind of annoying. It's like, yo, I get it that that's your dad, but I'm the person that's actually, financing this whole situation. Like
not everybody financing. That's the other part. Like, and man, I'll say that some of y'all put women ahead of your family because you're a sucker. I'm not talking in marriage. I'll put this on Twitter. No, I'll put this on Twitter too. It makes no sense for a lot of y'all to finance the lives of girls who you just met but won't take your kids or parents nowhere.
No. But your wife.
Yeah.
Your wife.
That's why I said separate from. Separate from. But I'm talking community. Like, come in, get along with mom and dad and Xander. We're cool.
Okay. All right.
But I'm not married, so I don't know.
Put in chat. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Put in chat. Like I said, I think that your wife or your wives, depending on the situation that you're in, comes first in any type of family structure. There's a king and there's a queen.
Some of y'all wives ain't coming first in no part of the relationship.
That's a fact too. 100%.
For the record.
100%.
So
100%.
These are just jokes. Written by Gary Owen. Shout to Gary.
That's okay. All right. Well, yeah. Let us know how you feel about that.
And there's community. And if shit going so well, everybody should be able to get along. Because like once you're in a castle, everything should be smooth.
Everything should be smooth, but there's still certain times where you might not get along with somebody's in-laws. Fact.
Oh, for sure. That's on my parents. I agree.
You know, somebody might, there might be, well, even with that, right? What if somebody doesn't get along with your parents?
Then you out the fucking door.
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah. Everything that you love about me, and oh my God, you're so smart and funny and sagacious and witty and enterprising. That came from them.
So that's a deal breaker.
You don't get along with my parents? I've never
not that you don't get along, but what if the relationship is not great? Like, you know, sometimes people just like, for whatever reason, right? They just don't mesh. They don't mesh. It's not no real problem, but they're not like fully locked in.
If there's no alignment, then for me personally, you can't be there. Those are the two most important people to me. And then you say, you lucky my grandmother ain't living. What? That would have been the one you really had to get along with. So no, if you get along with my parents, I get maybe not being in perfect sync, but I think there's just certain lines of respect that should be shown that I think culturally. Remember back in the day, like because we old enough to remember to have cousins. Before you got to go on a date, you had to make the family circuit. You may have to sit on the porch at the crib and my mom get eyes on you, my auntie get eyes on you, and then my auntie be like, well, no, her mama was so she don't take that too serious. Have fun for the summer. I'll see you. Right.
All right. So I think I understand that you're saying that your parents are most important. What about your child? Like, what if your child? Who's more important, your child or your wife?
Rashad. I'm not married, so I can't answer the question. And theoretically, the wife should be right.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Your opinion.
Xander Hefe. Everything I do in life is for him.
Right, the wife comes last. The wife comes last.
Anybody I date who's not gonna come last, but there are people who have been here, and if this does not go well, who would be here after?